Ladies, let's talk about something that matters to all of us: connection. Genuine, meaningful relationships have the power to transform our lives, but too often we find ourselves tangled in superficial dynamics. Today I want to explore the secret to attracting not just anyone, but men of quality, the kind of people who respect, support, and inspire you. Now, the first step isn't about them, it's about you. Building a fulfilling relationship starts with self-awarenesses. Are you living authentically? Are you nurturing your values, interests, and boundaries? When you honor who you truly are, you naturally draw in people who align with your energy. Quality men are drawn to confidence, not arrogance, but the quiet assurance of someone who knows their worth. And that's a critical point, knowing your worth. This isn't about perfection, it's about embracing your strengths and flaws alike. When you lead with authenticity, you give others permission to be real too. Another essential ingredient is curiosity. A quality man isn't just looking for a partner who mirrors his interests. He wants someone who challenges him, who sparks thoughtful conversations, and who seeks to grow. Approach the world with an open mind and a hunger for learning. That enthusiasm is magnetic. Let's also talk about boundaries. Those often overlooked guardians of healthy relationships. Saying no when something doesn't align with your values is a profound act of self-respect. When you set boundaries, you create space for the right people to step in while filtering out those who don't belong. And finally, embrace vulnerability. It's tempting to wear armor to protect yourself from potential pain, but walls keep out the good as well as the bad. Showing your true emotions is what makes relationships meaningful. When you're brave enough to share your fears, dreams, and desires, you pave the way for real intimacy. So the secret isn't in playing games or changing yourself to fit someone else's mold. It's about embracing your authenticity, living with curiosity, setting boundaries, and leaning into vulnerability. When you cultivate these traits, you become a magnet for people who value and cherish you for exactly who you are. Remember, attracting quality isn't about seeking validation. It's about aligning yourself with those who amplify your best qualities. And that, my friends, is where the magic happens. Thank you. Understanding and embracing your self-worth is one of the most transformative steps you can take in attracting quality men and building fulfilling relationships. Self-worth is not about arrogance or self-centeredness. It's about recognizing your intrinsic value and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. When you truly value yourself, you set a standard for how others should treat you, and quality men are drawn to that energy. A strong sense of self-worth starts with self-awareness. This means knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you bring to the table. Acknowledging your strengths, talents, and accomplishments, not out of vanity, but from a place of gratitude, confidence. Creates an aura of assurance that others find magnetic. Men of high character are naturally attracted to women who exude this quiet confidence, as it signals independence and emotional stability. When you value yourself, you're more likely to establish and enforce healthy boundaries. These boundaries are not barriers, but safeguards that protect your emotional and mental well-being. They communicate to others what behaviors are acceptable and what are not. A quality man will respect these boundaries and appreciate your ability to advocate for yourself, seeing it as a sign of strength and self-worth also empowers you to reject relationships or situations that don't align with your values or meet your standards. Instead of chasing validation from others, you understand that your worth isn't tied to external factors like appearance, status, or approval. This mindset allows you to approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than desperation, fostering healthier and more balanced dynamics. Moreover, self-worth radiates as self-respect. When you prioritize your well-being, invest in personal growth, and practice self-care, you send a powerful message to the world. I am worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Quality men are drawn to this self-respect because it shows that you're not looking for someone to complete you, but rather to complement you. Ultimately, self-worth sets the tone for every relationship you enter. By valuing yourself, you create an environment that attracts people who also value and cherish you. It's a declaration of what you deserve and a foundation for building meaningful, respectful, and enduring connections. Self-worth sets the standard. Understanding and embracing your self-worth is one of the most transformative steps you can take in attracting quality men and building fulfilling relationships. Self-worth is not about arrogance or self-centeredness. It's about recognizing your intrinsic value and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. When you truly value yourself, you set a standard for how others should treat you. And quality men are drawn to that energy. A strong sense of self-worth starts with self-awareness. This means knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you bring to the table. Acknowledging your strengths, talents, and accomplishments, not out of vanity, but from a place of gratitude and confidence, creates an aura of assurance that others find magnetic. Men of high character are naturally attracted to women who exude this quiet confidence, as it signals independence and emotional stability. When you value yourself, you're more likely to establish and enforce healthy boundaries. These boundaries are not barriers, but safeguards that protect your emotional and mental well-being. They communicate to others what behaviors are acceptable and what are not. A quality man will respect these boundaries and appreciate your ability to advocate for yourself, seeing it as a sign of strength and maturity. Self-worth also empowers you to reject relationships or situations that don't align with your values or meet your standards. Instead of chasing validation from others, you understand that your worth isn't tied to external factors like appearance, status, or approval. This mindset allows you to approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than desperation, fostering healthier and more balanced dynamics. Moreover, self-worth radiates as self-respect. When you prioritize your well-being, invest in personal growth, and practice self-care, you send a powerful message to the world. I am worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Quality men are drawn to this self-respect because it shows that you're not looking for someone to complete you, but rather to complement you. Ultimately, self-worth sets the tone for every relationship you enter. By valuing yourself, you create an environment that attracts people who also value and cherish you. It's a declaration of what you deserve and a foundation for building meaningful, respectful, and enduring connections. Boundaries are one of the most powerful tools you have in attracting and maintaining healthy relationships. They are not about shutting others out, but about defining what is acceptable and what is not in your interactions. Establishing clear boundaries communicates self-respect and ensures you are treated with the care and consideration you deserve. Quality men recognize and appreciate boundaries because they create a framework for mutual respect and emotional safety. Setting boundaries starts with understanding your own needs, values, and limits. This self-awareness allows you to identify what behaviors you're comfortable with and which ones cross the line. For example, if you value honesty, you may set a boundary that dishonesty or manipulation is unacceptable in your relationships. When you're clear about your boundaries, you make it easier for others to respect them, fostering a relationship based on trust and understanding. Boundaries are also an expression of self-worth. When you communicate your limits and enforce them, you're essentially saying, I value myself enough to protect my peace and well-being. This confidence is incredibly attractive to quality men because it shows that you know what you deserve and are unwilling to settle for less. Healthy boundaries also prevent resentment and frustration, which often arise when people feel their needs are being ignored or violated. It's important to remember that boundaries are not about control, they're about mutual respect. They provide a guideline for how you want to be treated and create a space for open communication. For example, if you need time for yourself to recharge, expressing that need isn't selfish, it's a way to maintain balance and show that you're invested in your own well-being. A quality man will respect this need and see it as a sign of emotional maturity. Enforcing boundaries can be challenging, especially if you fear rejection or conflict. However, standing firm in your limits is essential. Those who truly care for you will respect your boundaries, while those who don't may reveal themselves as incompatible. This clarity helps you filter out people who aren't right for you, leaving room for those who genuinely value and appreciate you. Ultimately, boundaries are a cornerstone of healthy relationships. They ensure your emotional needs are met while fostering mutual respect, trust, and understanding. By setting and honoring your boundaries, you create the foundation for a relationship where you and your partner can thrive together. Curiosity is a powerful force that can transform the way we connect with others, especially in romantic relationships. When you approach life and people with genuine curiosity, you create opportunities for deeper conversations, stronger emotional bonds, and meaningful connections. This openness and interest in the world around you are qualities that quality men find both refreshing and engaging. At its core, curiosity is about being genuinely interested in learning more about someone or something. In relationships, this means going beyond surface-level interactions and taking the time to truly understand the other person. Instead of focusing solely on appearances or small talk, curiosity encourages you to ask meaningful questions. What are their passions? What experiences have shaped them? What are their dreams for the future? This level of interest shows that you value them as a person, not just a potential partner. Curiosity also fosters emotional intimacy. When you're curious, you're more likely to listen actively and empathetically. Instead of waiting for your turn to speak or thinking about what to say next, you fully engage in the conversation. This creates a safe space where the other person feels seen, heard, and appreciated. Quality men are drawn to this level of attentiveness because it demonstrates emotional intelligence and a genuine desire to connect. Moreover, curiosity keeps relationships dynamic and exciting. Being open to exploring new ideas, experiences, and perspectives prevents the relationship from becoming stagnant. Whether it's trying a new activity together, discussing a thought-provoking topic, or simply being open to seeing the world through your partner's eyes, curiosity keeps the connection alive and thriving. Cultivating curiosity also enhances your own growth and confidence, which naturally attracts quality people. When you're interested in learning about the world and expanding your horizons, you become more interesting and inspiring. This passion for growth and exploration is incredibly appealing because it signals that you're a person who values life's opportunities and embraces life. Finally, curiosity helps you discover compatibility. Asking thoughtful questions and seeking deeper understanding allows you to determine whether someone's values, interests, and goals align with yours. It's a way to build connections rooted in mutual respect and shared purpose. In essence, curiosity is the bridge that connects people on a deeper level. By approaching relationships with openness and a genuine desire to understand and grow together, you create the foundation for a connection that is both meaningful and lasting. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness, but in truth, it is one of the most profound expressions of courage and strength. In the context of relationships, vulnerability is the key to unlocking deep emotional intimacy and creating meaningful connections. By allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all, you invite others to do the same, setting the stage for a relationship built on trust, authenticity, and mutual understanding. Vulnerability begins with the willingness to be open about your true self, your feelings, fears, dreams, and even your past struggles. It requires dropping the protective armor many of us instinctively wear to avoid rejection or judgment. While this can feel uncomfortable, it is this raw honesty that fosters genuine closeness. Quality men are drawn to partners who are willing to be vulnerable because it signals emotional maturity and a readiness to engage in a real, meaningful connection. When you're vulnerable, you show your partner that you trust them with your innermost thoughts and emotions. This act of trust is incredibly powerful as it creates a safe space where both of you can express yourselves freely. It's in these moments of openness that real intimacy is formed, not just physical, but emotional and intellectual as well. Vulnerability transforms a surface-level relationship into one that is deeply rooted in understanding and care. It's important to recognize that vulnerability is not about oversharing or exposing every detail of your life right away. It's about gradual, intentional openness that aligns with the growth of the relationship. Sharing too much too soon can feel overwhelming, but withholding everything can create a barrier to connection. Finding the right balance ensures that vulnerability strengthens rather than being vulnerable also helps you attract the right people. When you show up as your authentic self, you naturally filter out those who aren't ready for the depth you offer. A quality man will appreciate your courage and reciprocate with his own vulnerability. Lastly, vulnerability allows for growth within the relationship. It's through these honest conversations and shared experiences that you navigate challenges, celebrate victories, and deepen your bond. By embracing vulnerability, you build a foundation of trust, compassion, and intimacy that stands the test of time. In the end, vulnerability isn't a weakness, the strength that makes love truly meaningful. It's the bridge that connects hearts and fosters a connection that's as real as it is profound. The energy you radiate has a profound impact on the relationships you attract. It's not just about physical appearance or superficial qualities. It's about the energy you bring into the world that resonates with others. Positive energy, rooted in self-assurance, kindness, and enthusiasm, has the magnetic ability to draw in quality men who share similar values and vibes. The way you carry yourself, your outlook on life, and how you interact with others all set the tone for the type of relationships you will create. At its core, your energy is a reflection of your inner world. If you approach life with a positive mindset and a sense of gratitude, that energy will permeate your interactions. Quality men are naturally attracted to those who exude joy, confidence, and optimism because these qualities suggest emotional stability and an ability to navigate life's challenges with grace. The more you radiate self-love and self-acceptance, the more you invite others who share these traits to enter your life. Energy also has a magnetic effect on compatibility. When you focus on maintaining a positive and aligned energy, you attract people whose values, goals, and attitudes resonate with yours. For example, if you value growth, kindness, and authenticity, your energy will attract men who share these same principles. On the other hand, if your energy is rooted in insecurity, negativity, or fear, you may attract individuals who reinforce those same feelings. This dynamic often leads to unhealthy or unfulfilling relationships, which is why cultivating a positive and grounded energy is crucial. The way you handle challenges and setbacks also plays a role in the energy you project. A person who can maintain a balanced and calm demeanor, even in difficult situations, sends out a signal of emotional maturity and resilience. Men who value these qualities will be drawn to you, seeking a relationship built on mutual support and strength. Moreover, your energy can set the tone for how you interact with others. If you approach life with kindness, compassion, and a willingness to listen, you invite meaningful and respectful connections. Quality men appreciate partners who show empathy, engage in meaningful conversations, and treat others with respect. These are all indicators of the positive energy that you bring to the table. Ultimately, energy is a powerful tool in creating the life and relationships you desire. By focusing on cultivating an energy that reflects your highest self, rooted in positivity, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence, you naturally attract people who align with your energy. The key is to remember that the energy you send out into the world will always find its match, so be intentional about the energy you cultivate. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this. Attracting quality relationships, whether romantic or otherwise, isn't about playing games or trying to be something you're not. It's about showing up as your authentic self, standing firm in your self-worth, and creating boundaries that protect your peace. It's about being curious and open to deep connection, and most importantly, it's about allowing yourself the courage to be vulnerable, because it is through vulnerability that real intimacy is born. Remember, the energy you radiate is a reflection of who you are and what you believe you deserve. When you lead with authenticity, kindness, and respect, you will attract those who see and appreciate your worth. It's not about perfection, far from it, but about living in alignment with your values, nurturing the love you have for yourself, and knowing that you are deserving of relationships that elevate you. So take a moment today to check in with yourself. Are you showing up as the person you want to attract? If not, what can you shift to honor your true self? Your best relationships will be built from a place of self-respect and deep connection. And when you do this work for yourself, the right people will find their way to you, and they'll be as real and genuine as you are. Thank you for being here today and for the work you're doing to become the best version of yourself. You are worthy of all the love, respect, and connection this world has to offer. Don't ever forget that.